Yes, sir.
Another steam engine that drives the gearbox back there. There's a worm in here. Runs the coal up here, and then it drops it onto what's called a firing table in there, and there's steam jets to push that coal all over the firebox. You couldn't keep up with this shovel by hand. It's too big of a locomotive.
Well, now it's how much coal you burn since running it at Strasburg.
Not that much. I couldn't tell you how many. A few tons.
Okay.
Over here, throttle. The power reverse. This lever right here is for the injector. One of the two ways to put water in a boiler. Bell. Sanders for giving you extra traction. This is the train brake for the train only, and this is the engine brake. Cylinder cock sets to see when you see them coming out to get the water out of everything. Speedometer, steam chest gauge, tells you how much steam you're putting into the cylinders. Boiler pressure gauge, it's about 280 pounds right now, and air pressure gauge. You got a water glass on either side, tells you how much water is in the boiler. Up here you've got what's called a low water alarm. If the water gets too low in the boiler, there's a whistle that goes off and letting you know you better get water in it. This is what's called the top of the crown sheet, the steel in there where it keeps the water and the fire separated. Over here you got the fireman's controls. This is handle here is called the feed water pump. That's the second way of putting water in the boiler. We usually only use this when you're going down the railroad because it uses exhaust steam when the engine's working. This is the stoker blast. When I was telling you, steam jets push it out all over the firebox, and this actually runs that engine. That's what's called this. You can reverse that stoker so you can back all that coal back out of there so it doesn't catch fire. That's what's called a blowdown. It's a 2-inch valve down there. You pull that, and it blows all the sediment and crap out of the boiler. Stuff settled. Wow. Gauges over here. Boiler pressure gauge. This is a twin-handed one, so you can see the green valve moving. And this is the gauge for the hot water pump. This we don't usually use at all. It's automatic grate shaker. When you clean the fire, you can shake the grates.
Yep.
If you hit it too hard, you can dump the whole fire, so we don't even mess with it. The only time we'd really use that if we did have an emergency and we had to dump the fire, we just hit that. You can see we got all the amenities at home. We got a footrest for the firemen. We got air conditioning.
Wow.
Underneath here, those are what I was talking about when we clean the fire. Those are the grate shakers. We got a bar, and you can rock that whole fire bed.
Yep.
And coal bunker back there. So if you want to sit in the seat and somebody get your picture, you're more than welcome to do that. So if you got any questions, let me know.
Where did it begin?
Any issues running Strasburg itself?
Pardon?
Any issues running Strasburg itself? Tight
No,
switches, that kind of thing?
no,
Good,
no, everything's been good so far. We scoped everything out. I mean, we worked with them and
looked at it.
If there was an issue, if we would have come up here, Bob could have come up here and
That's good. I was worried.
yeah, he's getting ready, like all of us are getting ready to retire pretty soon.
Do you know how long?
I haven't. It's going to probably be within the next year, probably.
Good.
If they don't buy them off first, because they're getting rid of people.
That's how it is, yeah.
When I found out about what happened at Roanoke, I was worried about Bob. But I'm glad he's doing okay.
The only question I'd have is, what's the whistle like sound like from inside the cab?
It's not that bad.
No?
Fire in the hole. I'm going to put some water in the boiler now. That's what I'm doing.
Wow.
So you're familiar with the whole concept of the boiler. He talked about the firebox and stuff, and then the boiler, right?
Yep.
Well, the throttle's up top. The steam collects in the steam dome and runs through what we call superheater units, which dries out the steam and expands it.
Okay.
Then the steam comes down into the steam chest here. There's a piston valve here,
Okay.
and then your main piston here, which pushes that piston rod.
Okay.
And they're offset on each side, so each piston will run like this.
Okay.
And that's how, it doesn't matter where you stop in the stroke, you can always get it started. So you're not like end to end.
Gotcha.
What you hear is an air pump, that's our air compressor. It'll come on in a second. There it goes. So now it's compressing air, and then it goes into storage in the frame. That's where the main reservoir air is stored. When they made these parts, you can see each part has however, over time they did put different parts on. So from your piston rod to your crosshead, you can crosshead guide back and forth. And you have your drive wheel, so 70-inch drive. You have your main rod. It's called your eccentric rod and your eccentric crank. And obviously this one was built for a plastic area. It's actually built for the 1218. See the 1218 stamp in there? And the eccentric crank is stamped for 605.
Okay.
Yeah. So London parts, because the J class and the A class, like the 1218, had the same 70-inch driver. The rods were a little different, but you can take components off of them and swap them. This is your power reverse gear. It's a power assist system. So if you need to go forward or reverse, they used to call it a Johnson bar, meaning you had to put your force into it to get it to move. This is a power assist off gear system. So it makes it a whole lot easier. So this is a cast wheel with a lead balance. And then these are tires. They're actually heated and pressed onto the wheel.
Wow.
And we've got these marks on here just to make sure the tire doesn't slip on the wheel anymore.
Okay.
If we ever need to change them out, we'll drop the axle out, put a big heater ring around it, heat it, and then beat the tire off. So I can do it, heat it, beat it on.
How long what's the length of the tire left?
Depends on the engineer.
Wow.
There we go.
Kind of like a car with a tire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slide the wheels a lot, and you're going to go through tires.
Yeah.
And this is John. He's our specialist here on this.
I don't know about all that.
So you don't want to stuff your brake shoes here. On this locomotive, only the drive wheels have brake shoes. The engine front and the tail is perfectly fine. Of course, those families right there.
So one cool thing that NNW did, and other railroads did it as well, we got mechanical lubrication for engine oil and valve oil. When the locomotive's moving, you can see it's connected up, and it's going to rotate the lubricator, lubricating what needs to be while we're moving. So we can crank it to get things going if we're adding oil or whatever.
Is that what that green liquid is?
Well, the green liquid is going to be, we shot the rods this morning.
Okay.
Roller bearing here, and then each of the 4 drivers have roller bearings in them.
Okay.
So we have another oil that we'll use for those. They don't get lubrication from anything. I think with them being in motion, there's no good way to get to it other than every morning we'll do it. Once we get to a certain mileage, we'll go in and soft grease our other joints where we got metal on metal.
Okay.
But with what we're doing here, we don't need to do that daily because we don't have the mileage padding up. One thing, if there are parts that are interchangeable between different locomotives, And even with locomotives that have 70-inch drivers, like I know this piece here is off at 1218. There we took it off, had to put it on here. But even after here,
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I know. First one to get a tour and first one to get a ride behind with this locomotive. I know I'm going to have a grand old time when the ride's over because I got plans to hunt this baby down every time it's running.
all right, don't enter.